Hey race fans, it's Randy Orton Fan 2011 back here once again for round 5 of 36 in season 3 of the PORWC Pepsi Cup Series, and we are here in a fictional track today. We are here at Minnesota. We're here at Minneapolis, Minnesota for the Mall of America 300. Joining me here in the broadcast booth is Earnhardt 3 Fan for Life, aka Liam Urevig. How are you doing, my man?
Not too bad. How about you?
I'm doing great, and I got a feeling this is going to be an interesting race here, to say the least.
Yeah, finally we get a premier event in my home state. You know, I'm not too far from Minneapolis, so I'm really excited about this one.
Of course, the Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, road racing in the Pepsi Cup Series with all these guys is gonna be great.
Well, obviously we have two sentimental favorites in the field right here. One of them is, of course, Danny Wells. He'll be starting in the 10th position, and of course our co-commentator Liam Urevig, and he'll be starting in 21st. Do you think either one of the sentimental hometown favorites can pull off the victory here?
Well, you know, it's always good to have that home field advantage no matter what sport you're playing, and it always means so much more to win at home. But, I don't know, there's 40 other drivers out there who want to win really bad in this series, and it'll be a tough task if one of them can complete it.
Alright, well, also we got 3 brand new drivers in the series after 3 rides have opened up. First in the 88, starting from the front to the back, we will introduce a couple of new drivers. The first of the 3 is Kyle Sosnowski. He will be taking over the 88 machine. The next driver is Callum Wales in the 15. He will be in the 15 for the rest of the season as long as he keeps commenting. And the last new driver is Cody Lamas in the 18, starting in the 24th position. And now we take a look at the rest of the starting lineup. Alright, that was a look at your starting lineup, and we're going to be here for 13 laps. It's going to be a fast-paced race, and I got a feeling these cars are probably going to start doing something right around the start, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. We're ready to fire up these engines and get started here in Minneapolis. Let's go! 13 laps here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and of course everyone's going to be paying attention to the points leader, Liam Urevig, because he's currently the points leader. Of course, he wants to come up with a big win in his home track. See if any of the other cars have any problems prior to the start of the race. It won't be the case. Pacer will hit pit road.
Here we come to the green flag. And it is
waiting for the signal for the green flag. And there is the green flag. We are underway here in Minneapolis. We're going to be cycling around here through the field because the first turn is where the action usually starts. Oh, there they go already.
Oh, we got a problem already. Danny Wells.
Danny Wells, and no, that's
some of the
not
new
Danny
drivers.
Wells.
I saw Cody Lamas.
Cody Lamas is around. Sean Henley. Oh, Callum Wales got involved. Callum Wales is around. Sean Galligan's around. Zohar Manoud's around. Oh, Emilio Navarrete. James Qualls are around. And another tough break. Oh, Callum Wales. Callum Wales just ran over James Qualls.
Through the chicanes, this should be interesting.
Let's see.
Looks like the ones that haven't wrecked seem to have gotten, for the most part, spread out.
And Dylan Young is now the leader. Dylan Young is
Where did he
now
even
the
come from?
leader. Barney Ward is now second. Pole sitter Charles Jackson's fallen to third. And I think the biggest loser out of all of them is Emilio Navarrete, because he is well off the pace. He's dead last in the points. That's the last thing he wanted to see.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of this one lap left. This is almost 5 miles long of a road course, so there's definitely another possibility of seeing another incident.
Let's go.
And there it is.
Oh, we had something happen around turn 4. It's Kyle Sosnowski. He's around, and he's got damage. Oh, man, Richard Johnson really had to slow down there. That's going to slow up the rest of the field, and looks like Kyle Sosnowski's up in smoke. He's done for the day. Unbelievable. Who else?
Wow.
Oh, Pichu London. Pichu London's up in smoke. Oh, and now Brandon Bain. Wow, we have a lot of wrecks to cover right here. Got a lot of wrecks.
This is going to be a long day.
Everyone's going to come over to the start-finish line. There's our competition, or the contest winner from Bristol, William Duncan. He has gotten back into the points. He's gotten back into the thick of things in the points. Red Bell is now up to 4th. Joseph Lombard's up to 5th. Seth Cole is now in 6th. Pole sitter Charles Jackson has fallen to 7th. Liam Urevig, one of the hometown heroes, is now in 8th. And we had a battle here for 9th place, and right behind Liam Urevig is his good buddy and his hometown, his fellow Minnesotan, Danny Wells, in 9th. And it looks like Ryan Richards, no, Dylan Poteet, our defending champ, is in the top 10.
Right, when I said Danny Wells got involved in that first accident, I was actually wrong. I was thinking last season, and because he was the 27 last season.
Whoa!
So.
There goes Ricky Hawk.
What?
There goes Ricky Hawk and Jake Cole. Whoa, there's a lot of confusion going on here. Oh, and Ben Paul almost took someone out right there. Wow.
Wow.
A lot of confusion going on in this track this early in the race. But for Dylan Young, he has won in the Nationwide Series. He's looking for his first win in the Pepsi Cup Series, but we got to take a look at a hell of a lot of incidents that have happened in the first caution of the race. Stay tuned. This is what brings out yellow flag number 1 in the race. We're going to pay attention to the 27 of Jacob Lawler. They're coming into the first turn at a pretty fast speed. Coming to the first turn at a pretty fast speed, but Jacob Lawler slides up the racetrack. He's going to get cut off by 88 of Kyle Sosnowski. Anthony McCurry's going to take a hit. And then behind these guys, you saw Sean Henley get into the right rear quarter panel of Callum Wales, who gets into Danny Wells right here. Danny Wells somehow able to save it. Then you're going to see a bunch of other cars behind them. Looks like Pichu London's going to get into Brandon Bain. Sean Galligan's going to get into his teammate, who gets contact via Seth Cole. And then a bunch more cars getting in together. It looks like Tony Blazer here gets into Stephen Whitman, our special competition winner. He's going to take out Cody Lamas. And then...
Yeah, not showing a good first lap for these new drivers in the series.
And then again...
Two of them are taken out in this accident.
And you saw... there was another incident that happened towards this part of the area. We knew James Qualls was around. James Qualls was around. Oh, he got taken out by Alex Jones right here. Oh, there's a hard hit right there for the 11 and the 47. And Zohar Manood, he's going to take a hit as well. He's going to get taken out right here by Ryan Cooper. So those are the first of the incidents. Let's see what happened around here. Because we saw Emilio Navarrete was just slow as hell. You saw James Qualls try to fall back in line. He's going to make contact with Wolfgang Mason, and then he's going to make contact with Emilio Navarrete. Boy, it's been a disappointing season for Emilio Navarrete so far. He's dead last in the points, and not the way he wanted to start the race right here, and not the way he wanted to turn around his momentum.
Yeah, getting involved in an accident is definitely not a way to turn around your momentum.
Now, yeah, go ahead.
I think there's going to be a lot of people who are happy to leave here.
Now, something happened with Kyle Sosnowski. We saw something happen with the 88 in another turn. And it involved the 14. It also involved the 14 of Anthony McCurry. Let's pay attention to the 88 right here. Gonna try and fast forward through this. You saw Liam Urevig go a little bit off there. There's the Golden Gophers logo.
Woohoo!
Oh, right around here was to make the contact. Kyle Sosnowski got a great run off the corner. Anthony McCurry didn't get that much of a run. He's gonna make contact with the 14 machine. And then,
Looks to me like McCurry thought he was clear, but, you know, it was really just a misjudgment on the distance between those two cars.
more of a misjudgment, and that's gonna cost Sosnowski right here. He's gonna spin around. He's gonna bounce off the outside wall. A hard hit for Kyle Sosnowski. So all three of our rookies who are making their debut here all get involved in these incidents.
On the first lap.
Now watch carefully. Watch the 22 of Brandon Bain. Right there. Just that small bit of contact that gets Brandon Bain out of it, and Kyle Sosnowski.
And that's just another deal where if you hit somebody at the wrong angle, it could damage a very vital part of your race car.
Very tough break for Brandon Bain, who was in the top, who was doing pretty well in the points. Now, there's going to be another incident right around here between Ben Paul, and he's going to get, and I think it happens farther up in the track. Happens farther up in the track right here. We'll take a look from our bird's eye view camera. Let's see what happens. He tries to start, Ricky Hawk comes down. Ben Paul also tries to come down on the racetrack. No way. Ricky Hawk actually tries to fall back in line, tries to draft with Ben Paul, and he misjudges. He misjudges the distance. He gets into Ben Paul, and right here, Ben Paul's going to get into the other Best Buy car of Michael Norman. And then behind them, Anthony McCurry, he's going to get taken out by the 20 of Luke Martin. A lot of
Yeah, McCurry's just a ping pong ball this first lap.
Well, let's get back to the race to the start-finish line. And Dylan Young would have the advantage. As it comes to the stripe, it is Dylan Young who will be the leader. Now let's get to our non-camera here. Dylan Young will be the leader. Second will be Barney Ward. Third would be William Duncan, who won the contest. Fourth would be Red Bell. And fifth would be Joseph Lombard. So just like that, we're already under the yellow flag, and Dylan Young will get a critical bonus point for leading a lap.
Yeah, very, very wild lap that Dylan Young led, but nonetheless, a lap led.
And like we said before, the hometown heroes, Liam Urevig, Danny Wells, they're in the top 10 now. We'll see. Do you think they can, they've moved their way up a couple of spots. Do you think they can finally make some noise here as the race goes on?
Well, now that they're starting, the restart will be single file, I'm assuming, or hoping that it'll be a bit less crazy. Obviously, with these guys, we can't really tell, but I really think that if this race goes green, then both of these guys will get their, they'll get their chance to shine.
All right, well, we're under the yellow flag for the first time this race. Stay tuned, we got more green flag racing right after this. We're back. Pace cars giving us the one to go. Here comes the top 10 rundown. Dylan Young is the leader, followed by Barney Ward, William Duncan in third, Red Bell in fourth, and Joseph Lombard rounds out the top 5. Seth Cole is in 6th, Charles Jackson in 7th, Liam Urevig in 8th, Dylan Poteet is now in the 9th position, and Ryan Richards is scored in the 10th position. A bunch of cars have gotten to the back of the pack, and they will be well in the back of the pack as they take the restart. 6 cars at DNF from the race: Emilio Navarrete, Wolfgang Mason, Cody Lamas, Pichu London, Brandon Bain, and Kyle Sosnowski, as the green flag is back in the air for the restart on lap 4.
Nobody talking fast enough?
Well, there's the green flag, and not a lot of the field got back to the green flag. Oh, there goes Trent Dunham! And Trent Dunham hard into the wall!
Ah!
And the yellow flag is out just like that. Wow. A tough break for the 39 at Trent Dunham. Yes, the yellow flag is out.
Yes, we do see a caution for that one.
Wow. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Out of all the drivers,
beating and banging
Trent Dunham. Another tough break for Trent Dunham. Wow. And look at the field has really diminished now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cars now in this lead pack.
Yeah.
We got 12 cars now in the lead pack. Dylan Young is still the leader. We're going to cycle through the cars here a lot because these cars, they just got to the start-finish line. These cars just got to the start-finish line for some reason. So these guys have fallen well off the pace.
I don't know if maybe they made pit stops or what,
They're,
but
these guys actually did make pit stops to try and repair some damage. They're actually about 6 seconds behind the leader. Well, actually Ricky Hawk is about 5 to 6 seconds behind Dylan Poteet right now, who's in the 12th position. And Dylan Young still the leader with a comfortable lead over Barney Ward as they come through the chicanes right here. They're now single file. But wow, a tough break, but you know, you gotta feel for Trent Dunham right there. You
yeah,
really gotta feel for Trent Dunham. A tough break for him. Just got spun around in the worst place possible. But I don't know that we just saw that from an angle. We'll take a look at the replay after that, but I don't think anyone else is going to have any problems as they get to the line.
Oh yeah, what that looked like to me was maybe Trent spun the tires on the restart and somebody didn't see that.
Yeah.
Got into the back of him.
Might be the case right there. Dylan Young will beat the field back to the start-finish line. Barney Ward second, William Duncan third, Seth Cole now fourth, and Red Bell rounds the top 5. We're under the yellow flag for the second time in the race, and we'll take a look. We'll put us under the yellow flag for the second time. Stay tuned. This will bring out yellow flag number 2 in the race. You watch this restart right here. Trent Dunham doesn't get a good restart. Danny jumps the start right here. He gets a good restart. Trent Dunham does not. Now watch carefully right here. Danny Wells, the will to win at your home. Well, there you go. Take out one of the best drivers in the Pepsi Cup Series. And Trent Dunham, oh man, that's probably the worst angle you can hit that wall at.
Yeah, like I was saying before we started recording, you know, an angle like that can really take away just about all the momentum from your car and just get rid of it all and all of it put into that wall.
Let's take a look from our bird's eye view camera. The will to win at home for Danny Wells. Well, there's one way to do it. Well, that's a tough break for Trent Dunham right there. But look at the hometown crowd is literally cheering right now, though. They're cheering one of their hometown boys, Danny Wells. Somehow the crowd loved it. Unfortunately, I didn't, but the crowd does love it, though. Let's get back to the race to the start-finish line. It was pretty much all Dylan Young at this point, but there was a couple of position switching around that part of the field.
Yeah.
And as we get back to the start-finish line, it would be Dylan Young who leads the field to the line. Barney Ward second, William Duncan third, Seth Cole in fourth, and Red Bell in fifth. So now that might give these cars all the way back here a chance to finally catch up and run with the rest of the field now.
Yeah, unless other people decide to make pit stops, but I'm not entirely sure why so many people came in that time around. But
yeah, probably just to repair damage, but looks like we might have a 12th, but if it does stay this way, we might have a 12-car race to the end. But we're under the yellow flag for the second time this race. We'll be right back for more green flag racing right after this. We're back, Pacer. That's the one to go once again. Here comes in our top 10 rundown. Dylan Young is still the leader. Barney Ward is now second. William Duncan still in third. Seth Cole is in fourth. Red Bell rounds at the top 5. Joseph Lombard in sixth. Hometown hero Liam Urevig in seventh. Ty Naughton has moved into the 8th position. Ryan Richards, another rookie, in 9th. And another hometown hero, Danny Wells, is in 10th. A bunch of the field has now caught up to the rest of the pack right here, so we'll see how that's going to turn out. And Trent Dunham is the only car that is DNF from the previous caution.
now what we're gonna have to check to see if something like that incident's gonna happen again. These guys really are getting bunched up together.
There's the green flag. Back out on the restart for lap 8.
There's everybody starting to fan out already.
Let's see who's gonna. Well, the question is who's gonna wreck. The question is who's gonna make a mistake first.
Oh,
there goes
there
Dylan Poteet and Ryan Cooper. And I can't cycle through the cars fast enough. Oh boy, Dylan Poteet flipped over. And Stephen Whitman and Zohar Manood. Randy Carpenter's in it, and John Waycross.
Oh, that is a very, very bad angle for that car to be at.
Oh, Ty Naughton's around. Ty Naughton was in the top 10 at the time. I think we're seeing that again right now. All these cars. And now there are the two hometown boys, Danny Wells, Liam Urevig. We'll see if they try to work together to try and move up a couple more spots, but we got to take a look at the rest of the field here from our bird's eye view camera. Oh, there it go again. Tony Blazer and Sean Galligan. Tony Blazer and Sean Galligan hard into the outside wall.
13 laps, though. This actually could set up a green, white, checkered finish.
Not over till it's over. Oh, Michael Norman, Anthony McCurry, and Charles Jackson's over. Charles Jackson's over, and there goes Ricky Hawk. Wow, Charles Jackson's upside down. A pole sitter, Charles Jackson's upside down. Unbelievable. And Dylan Young, still the leader, looking for his first career Pepsi Cup Series victory. And Barney Ward, the Englishman, William Duncan, the contest winner from Bristol, Red Bell, and Seth Cole still in the top 5. Let's cycle through the cars here now. We got a lot of cars. All these cars. Okay.
Yeah, I'm still kind of sketched. I think that was the 9 car that actually had their roof to the wall and the driver's side down to the ground. That is a very, very sketchy position to be in, and I don't know, that was just a sketchy lap. I mean, the first lap was crazy, and these last 2 cautions have just been horrible looking.
Dylan Young will beat the field to the line again. Barney Ward is still in second. William Duncan is in third. Red Bell in fourth, and Seth Cole rounds at the top 5. Our hometown boys, Liam Urevig and Danny Wells, are 8th and 9th respectively, so far good days for those guys. Hometown crowd cheering them on. But we've taken 5 to go now, and we might come around with the restart with 4 or 3 to go this time, but we'll have to wait and see, as we're under the yellow flag for the 3rd time in this race, but we had a lot of incidents, so this might be another long replay, so stay tuned. Oh, wait. This is what brings out yellow flag number 3 in the race. Watch carefully at the 19 of Zohar Manood. He's gonna slide up the racetrack. He gets into the 4 of Randy Carpenter. Zohar Manood also gets into the 5 of Stephen Whitman, our special competition winner. He gets into the 1 of Ryan Cooper, who gets into our defending champion Dylan Poteet. Now I want to get a close-up right around here. Watch all these cars. Look at the air these cars get. Every one of them.
I believe I can fly. I'm sorry, I had to do that. Look at Poteet.
Oh my
Look,
God.
Mom, I can fly.
I believe I can fly.
Look, Mom,
I believe I can touch the sky. And Dylan Poteet, our defending champ, literally did touch the sky. Let's take a look at that again. Well, I'm going too far. Just watch it. He gets taken out right here by his alter ego, Ryan Cooper. Man, he just bounces off there. Look at the air, Poteet. Look at the air our defending champ gets.
I don't want to crack too many jokes, but this just goes to show how bad of an idea it is, or how you know something bad's coming when somebody says, "Hey, hold my beer and watch this."
Let's go on board, Bart, for our defending champ.
Not saying that Dylan was drinking and driving, because that's a very, very bad idea. Don't do it.
Oh my God, look at that.
Wow.
Look at the air our defending champ gets.
That's got to be really scary from in the car.
And he very likely will DNF. Now, there was an accident that happened around the chicane. There was something that happened around the chicane. And it involved Ty Naughton. He gets over here. He's going to get into one of the hometown heroes, Liam Urevig. Oh my God, look how close Liam Urevig was to hitting the wall. And he somehow saved that shit. Look at that.
He saved that and then turned it back on the 55.
Wow, what a job well done by the hometown hero Liam Urevig. The crowd was on their feet for that. Now there's going to be something else that happens around here. It's going to happen between Tony Blazer and Sean Galligan. Let's fast forward here from our bird's eye view camera. Let's see what happens here with the 38 and the 31. Oh, the 38 just gets into the 31. He just flat out takes out himself and Sean Galligan. Now, something's going to happen here. Now, we saw Charles Jackson on his roof. Something happened with him right here. Oh, I think right around here, as they got to the Golden Gophers logo, Richard Johnson's going to make some contact with Ricky Hawk, who gets into Charles Jackson. Oh. And there goes Charles Jackson flipping over.
And he's gonna rest it on his roof after. Yeah, he got a bit of air too.
Man, all these cars, wow. Two and right,
Lap
right,
8,
right in that,
lap of the flips.
right in that very lap, two of our top contenders, two of our notable competitors in this series, Charles Jackson and Dylan Potey, taken out on Rex on lap 8. But the story right now is Dylan Young looking for his first career Pepsi Cup Series victory. So far, so good for Dylan Young. We get back to the race to the start-finish line. And pretty much the top 5 are still intact. And Dylan Young will
The
be
3-car had a bit of a sketchy situation, but did manage to save that.
And he is still in the 7th, he's now in the 7th position. And Danny Wells has now moved into... No, wait, Liam Urevig's in 8th, actually. Danny Wells is in 9th. So both of the Minnesotans still in the top 10, but Dylan Young is currently the leader. He's looking for his first career Pepsi Cup Series victory. As we are under the yellow flag for the 3rd time in this race, let's get back to green flag racing right after this. Don't go away. We're back, Pacer. It's the one to go once again. 2 cars have currently DNF from the previous incident, Tony Blazer and Charles Jackson. And I'm assuming Dylan Potey and Zora Hanoun may very likely also DNF. We'll come around with 3 laps to go this time by. And we got the entire field intact in this one line.
Here we come to the green flag. Dylan Young's going to lead him down. 3 laps to go. Green flag is in the air.
And again...
And wait for it to get crazy, because you know it will.
And
Coming
again,
down to the first corner, it looks like...
Oh, contact. Oh, Richard Johnson. Oh, there they go. Look out. Ricky Hawk's around, and Ty Naughton.
Ricky Hawk up in the air.
Alex Jones is around. The yellow flag's out again, and James Qualls is in it again. Wow.
This is it. The race is over. The race back to the line will decide this race, because there's only 3 laps to go. And it looks like these guys are beating and banging. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another incident.
We'll watch our bird's eye view camera again. Again, pay attention to our points leader, Liam Urevig. He is now, I think, in the 6th, 7th position. He's moved up to the 7th position. Oh, there goes Jake Cole. Jake Cole's around. He's going to lose positions. He's in the gravel. He's going to lose a lot of positions. Oh, careful, Sean Henley, and Sean Henley's around. What?
Oh, hard into the wall. He got air off of that one.
Hold on. Sorry about that. My sister was calling me. I apologize, guys.
Some heavy contact with the wall from Sean Henley, and
by the way,
he got air from that one.
Because I was called out by my sister, but whatever.
It's okay. I took care of it. I was being a good commentator.
All right. Well, get back to the
like
race of
through
the
the chicane,
everyone is pretty much single file at this point. Everyone's still pretty much single file now. It doesn't look like there's going to be much passing going on for the rest of this race. Let's see, Dylan Young's still the leader. And look at this, Ryan Richards has now moved into the top 5. Where the hell did Ryan Richards come from? Came from the back of the pack, and Ryan Richards could very likely come up with a 2nd straight top 10 finish.
Now through this hairpin, and we got a slight chicane down the front straightaway, but it looks like this is Dylan Young's race to win. Coming to the start-finish line with 2 laps to go under caution, and this is very likely going to end under the caution flag.
Very likely. Dylan Young has all but secured his first career Pepsi Cup Series victory now as they have crossed the start-finish line. And of course, we didn't see Ryan Richards come, and he made his way into the top 5 at the expense of Seth Cole. Liam Urevig could end up 7th, and the other hometown hero, Danny Wells. Oh, look out, look out, look out. The last thing you want to do is take someone out. Everyone trying to get back in check right here. Danny Wells currently scored in 9th. And yes, this race could likely end under the yellow flag, but we have to take a look at all the incidents that have happened on lap 11. Stay tuned. Here's a look what brings out yellow flag number 4 in the race. Watch James Qualls in the 4070. He's going to get into the Ty Naughton in the 55 and Alex Jones in the 11. They're going to take all 3 of them out.
Barely clipping the 11 car. And now,
ooh, look, Callum Wales in the 15. Ricky Hawk just comes up in front of him. Oh man. Oh, look at the
almost gonna go over. He went up on his side.
He
almost over there, but Keeps it on all fours.
Good job, well done by Ricky Hawk. Now, something happened with Jake Cole farther up ahead. Let's see what happened is they were coming off this long straightaway.
A lot of people.
Coming off a long straightaway, almost approached 200 right there, and Sean Henley's going to get into him. Tough break for Jake Cole, who the winner at Phoenix. And now here, Ben Paul, he's going to make contact with Henley. Henley's going to get a good run off the chicane right here, but Ben Paul also does the same thing, and Henley's going to get taken out. Watch Sean Henley, though. Goes up the hill, and look at the air Sean Henley gets.
Yeah, and like I was saying again before we started recording, there was a weird type of air that he got there. You know, with the front end lifting off the ground instead of the back end.
True that. Let's get back to the race to the start-finish line. It was pretty much all Dylan Young at this point, and he very likely could be the winner of this race.
Yeah, and if he does win this race, I don't know if he would be the first this season, but wire to wire, led from lap 1 to
lap 13.
Where we are right now.
Well, Dylan Young will be the leader, Barney Ward second, Red Bell third, William Duncan fourth, and we never knew where Ryan Richards came from. He moved his way into the top 5 for some reason.
Yeah.
We'll see what the outcome comes around as we are under the yellow flag for fourth and what could be the final time in this race. Stay tuned. We're back. Pace car is not giving us the one to go, so we will not get a one-lap shootout. And, whoa, Seth Cole is DNF'd. Seth Cole is DNF'd in the most random of spots. The tire issue is the most random of DNFs, so that's going to allow Liam Urevig to move up into 6th. So that's only helping out his points lead as they cross the start-finish line. We're waiting for the race results to go official, but a tough break for Seth Cole. Doing pretty good I think he's in the top 5 in the points. So a tough break for Seth Cole to end up DNFing 16 to last right there.
And that is not something that you're going to want to see with these championship contenders. I mean, Seth, he was running up in maybe 5th or 6th position.
He was in
the race. So
he was in the 6th position at the time, and wow, tough break for Seth Cole. But the race results are official, and Dylan Young, another win in my series or season 3, and now it's his first career Pepsi Cup Series victory. The drought is over for Dylan Young in the PORWC Pepsi Cup Series. What a job well done by Dylan Young.
And like I was saying, I think, not 100%, but I think this is the first time in 2013 that somebody has led wire to wire, led every lap in the Pepsi Cup Series.
A job well done by Dylan Young. Take a look at the official race results. Now, Ryan Richards, he actually came from 18th. He came into nowhere to finish 5th. A job well done by Ryan Richards. Barney Ward and Red Bell will round out the podium. The first top 5 for William Duncan. He'll end up 4th. A great day for him. That should get him back into the thick of things in points. Like we said before, with the issue of Seth Cole, Liam Urevig, you yourself move into the 6th position. That's only going to help out his points lead right there.
That is correct. But, you know, his teammate Ricky Hawk did not have a good race. Actually got involved in 3 or 4 accidents and almost turned over. So, good day for one half of Red Bull Racing, and then the other side just complete and utter. Did Ricky even finish this race? It doesn't look like he did.
No, he didn't. He ended up 30th. He ended up 13th to last. Go through the rest of the top 10. Joseph Lombard, a great day for him. He'll end up 7th. Danny Wells, the other Minnesotan, he'll end up 8th. Lyndon Wright would have finally a good finish. A great rebound for Lyndon Wright after the random DNF at Bristol. He'll end up 9th. And Richard Johnson with his first top 10 of the season.
Yeah, that DNF at Bristol, though, that was heartbreaking for Lyndon Wright. I mean, one of the only clean cars. He did keep it clean because he didn't DNF from a wreck. But
yeah, great rebound for Lyndon Wright. 11th through 20th now, James McLeod, Sam Young, Jacob Lawler, Ben Paul, Randy Carpenter, Stephen Whitman, Michael Norman, Ryan Cooper, Eric Burton, and Anthony McCurry. 6 more cars ended up finishing the race. Sean Galligan, John Waycross, Sean Henley, Alex Jones, Jake Cole, and James Qualls. 16 cars of DNF from the race. Seth Cole, Ty Naughton, Callum Wales, Ricky Hawk, Luke Martin, Charles Jackson, Dylan Poteet, Zohar Manood, Tony Blazer, Trent Duddams, Kyle Sosnowski, Brandon Bain, Pichu London, Cody Lamas, Wolfgang Mason, and Emilio Navarrete. And
Well, just 2 points that I want to bring up here, though, would be all those cars with accident next to their name. I mean, we had probably 3 or 4 accidents during every caution, other than the second one. And another thing is Sean Henley. You got to give him credit for finishing this race because he was also involved in a few accidents and caught some error and still managed to finish this race.
I think the biggest loser here has to go to Emilio Navarrete. He's dead last in the points, and this certainly isn't going to help him get out of the basement. That's all I can say.
Well, there's always the next race. You know, I'll probably say that every week.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't.
It's true.
I
You always have that next race, the unknowns, where you just don't know what's going to happen.
It's been a very disappointing season for Emilio Navarrete, but who knows what could happen. We're still early in the season. But I mean, a couple of drivers, I mean, you got to feel for Trent Dunham, though. He just got taken out right there on the second caution.
Yeah, he wasn't having too bad of a run at the time. Up in the top 10, top 15.
Just a mistake on Trent Dunham, and then another mistake on Danny Wells' part. That took out Trent Dunham from a great run. But, you also got to give credit to Dylan Young. I mean, he led every single lap from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people can do that in a series as competitive as a Pepsi Cup Series. I mean, Liam Urevig did it last year at Darlington, and I want to say somebody else did, but I'm not 100% on that one.
Yeah.
All
right.
I mean, just to lead every lap, just goes, and it shows how dominant you really are, and it just makes that victory so special.
Well, Dylan Young will most likely get the full points. He will also get the points for leading at the halfway point, so that's going to be a full 48 points for Dylan Young, so a huge amount of points that will definitely help him out in the standings. Oh, hey Liam, it was great doing this co-commentary with you in your home state, your home track, and
yeah, it was great to be here.
You had a great run, and the hometown crowd liked what happened. Is you ended up 6th. Good job on your part.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy race. I really enjoyed being up here and talking about it with you, but it was just
a great race overall. Alright guys, that's it. This is Randy Orton Fan 2011, signing off. This race has been brought to you by Pepsi Next. Crisp, refreshing, amazing Pepsi Next. I'm out.